team, it's best that I do that because I already have it as documented by you. Is that okay? Hello? Thank you. So yes, while all of that is being sorted, let's see what my dashboard is looking like, and let's see who is going to smile home with them. Maybe I should just give another 10 minutes. What do you think? Maybe another 10 minutes, right? To see if more persons will get their tickets. Another 10 minutes. Website is still www.oneplay.ng. USSD code is star 347 star 880 star 6 hash. Let me not break the conversation. Let's just have this conversation and boom. So as I was saying, person was so close to home. Now, for those of you that do not know, there is something called um it's very wonderful because now that you think about it, you never knew it's one of those things that exists. It's called witch milk. It's a normal temporary phenomenon in newborns where a small amount of milky fluid is discharged from the nipples of the newborn due to the maternal hormones, that's the mother's hormones, that crossed the placenta. And this can occur in both male and female babies. And that occurrence is usually harmless and typically resolves on its own within a few weeks. But this is what the doctors say. You should not try to squeeze the milk out, as this can cause irritation or infection. This is what modern day parents know. So when we see these things happen, we've been informed. I mean, those that went to antenatal classes, had conversations with the doctors, asked as many questions as possible. But then your mother, who, like I said earlier, has bathed 1 million babies before you were born, has done several things to babies. They are the ones that bend them, fling them up, fling them down, shake them, shake them, shake them, dip them in water and let water cover them, and then they bring them out. They say they are trying to introduce them to water because they are from water. And there's so many things that they did. They came home and you found them squeezing the nipples. And because you were informed, you know. You tell them, Mommy, please do not. Say, no, you need to squeeze am, make it come outside. If not, the thing will come go there. Say no. Doctor say, no squeeze am. Say, what will be doctor? And I'm like, doctor say, no squeeze am. But then, mommy is older. Mommy is more knowledgeable. Mommy has been making babies. This is maybe your first baby or your second baby or maybe your third. Mommy has had like 10 children. And you don't want to sound disrespectful. You let mommy. And then after a while, that place began to swell. And then it became so big. And it seemed like the newborn baby has started developing bosoms. It was hard to touch. And when you did touch it, the baby was in pain. And that area became very, very red. And all this mother did was take a picture and send to the doctor. Say, see my child's chest. And the doctor just asked a simple question. Did you try to press? And then he explained. It was not me. It was my mother-in-law. And when I told her not to, she said, who be doctor? I said, no, you're not supposed to. That is why you are there. Even though they are there to help, you now know better, so you do better. Now your child is in pain. What do you do? And all of that. So they advised the mother to take a few things, bring the child for examination. Now, you think that would have put the mother-in-law, who was loud with her ignorance, in check. But it didn't happen like that. The next thing, the mother-in-law had brought some things, some leaves, and said they should burn it on fire and then place it there. It would extract all the yama yama inside and it will burst and it will come out. I mean, the one you did before just cost us this. And you are telling us to. So, is it that with correction, are these people intimidated by facts? Are these people intimidated by the correction? Is it until they see consequences that they will indeed want to learn or want to know the truth? A message on WhatsApp says, EDW, for me, I speak up for the truth that I know. And the person is left with no choice than to listen. I'm simply unstoppable and uneconomical with the truth, close relative or not, unless I'm absent-minded, because I'm there for a reason, to make positive impact. E-beams, send that in. Now this other one says, DDW, it depends. Oh, what amazes me is how confidently some people talk trash, saying things they have no idea of. Yet, the ones who have sense and know the truth will be quiet. Many years ago, a false story was planted in the media about me and my husband with our agreement. The thing that truly shocked me was the audacity with which some people said some things and attached God said to it. But the people who truly knew what was going on were quiet. 3 people who called me, their voices were shaking and they said, God said this story in the media is a lie. Although I didn't admit it to them, in my mind, I was like, how can the people who truly heard God be so afraid of uttering it? But the ignorant and the liars are wilding with audacity. As I was seeing and hearing wild reactions, including on social media, I was just sending screenshots to my husband and saying, oh yeah, delete, delete, delete. Guy, no answer them, just delete. Shebi, I told you many of these people actually don't have sense. Anonymous, send that in. The audacity. The audacity that comes with wallowing in ignorance for some people needs to be studied. And that is why I would usually advise. I know there are times when you need to, you feel the need to put your issues out there in public for advice, or you are seeking some resolution, as it were. It turns out that you may come across a lot of opinions. The ones that will most likely catch your attention may be the loud ones. And woe betide you if you are not careful to sieve opinions. You may just fall into that trap. And then by the time it becomes worse, these are the same people that will be quick to say, I talk am. I talk am. You're in a bus. I mean, I remember one time when I was in school, and I was running for vice president of my department at the time. I wouldn't say I regretted that decision, but then it so happened that a lot of people were loud with their ignorance about my person. And that was what they were spreading as a way to make people see me in a bad light and give my opponent the upper hand. I heard the stories, I heard the rumors, and I didn't feel the need to as much as say a thing, as much as react. You sometimes you hear certain things about you, and the way they said it with so much confidence, the louder you are forced to want to say, you want to go and carry megaphone and say, attention everybody, gather around, gather around. I have something to say, please. I've heard it time and time again that, I was so tempted. But then I said, it's just talk, Abby. But then some people were sensible enough to want to experience me firsthand. And when they did, they were shocked to their bones. They said, how do we change this narrative? Because you see, we have experienced you. This is you. But this is what is loud out there. And we need to change this narrative. It wouldn't help for your campaign that people view you in this light. And it was not something so bad. The people say I'm proud, I don't greet, I don't do this, I don't do that. Meanwhile, I was minding my business. I was a working class student. I didn't have time for all them association parties and meetings. Sometimes I come to class with my laptop and I was working and all. And for someone who had been through school before and all, this was not like a second degree and stuff. So I was that. And then they said, okay, we want to be on your campaign team. We want to see how we can use this thing that is now. You don't want to. What's the word they use? You don't want to. You don't want to say it's a lie. You don't want to come out with a statement. Let's see how we can use this now to change the narrative in your advantage. So, she not a great person. Let's see how we can use she not a great person to your. Let's see how we can use you are proud to your advantage. And I said, okay, do as you wish. Because I don't know. You don't greet me, I don't greet you. So why are you not feeling offended? You didn't greet me too. Did you greet me and I not respond? But hey, that's just an instance. There's so many. If we have an entire day and I say give instances where you've experienced some of these things, I'm sure we wouldn't leave the studio today. But then again, we have to leave the studio because in no distant time, it will be time for Rivers today and then Hard Facts with Sam, Oracle, Chinedu. So you played school politics. Yes, I did. Knowing when to change, introduce the truth, and when to say, you know what? I think I want to preserve my peace here. If you want to believe whatever you believe, you want to carry on with that narrative, you are free to carry on with that narrative. I want to stay silent. I want to preserve my peace. What's her name now? Mercy. Is it Mercy Chinwong? Someone just came out one day and said the child she gave birth to looks like another gospel minister. And all of a sudden, the person spoke so confidently, like he was there when the thing happened, when whatever happened to birth the child happened. And he knows what we do not know. And he was speaking so confidently about it. And then before you knew it, gosh, I sat down patiently and I read through people's comments. I'd already seen people say, but no be lie, yo. But no be lie, yo. And they started making people think things they were not thinking originally. And then these people did not even think of refuting or not. They say, oh boy, you go answer to court. Can't talk that thing where you talk for social media for court. Some people are like that. And some people will not as much as say, pim. Knowing when to speak and when to be silent. Knowing when to introduce the truth. The decision will ultimately be left to us, but then again, sometimes this ignorance leads to outright destruction. In the end, it may even affect you. So you determine, they say, it's not every time a madman talks. Like, you don't respond to everybody. You don't respond to everything a madman says because the person is obviously that you are mad. Madman, they tell me say I'm mad. That's one thing they used to tell us when we were growing up as children. But there are times when you need to fight ignorance with facts. And that is why we should ensure that we have as much facts at our disposal, expose ourselves to as much knowledge as possible. So when we speak, we're not speaking from a place of ignorance. We're not ignorant to the point that we start feeling inferior and we feel the need to be loud so that people do not look down on our weaknesses and, those things that we do not have for ourselves. James on WhatsApp says, for me, I rather do not say anything. Believe whatever you want to believe. Argue whatever you want to argue. Between the both of us, I know that you are ignorant, and I do not feel the need to engage further with someone who is clearly not out to seek the truth, but wants to mislead other people. Okay. Thank you, James. And thank you, everyone, for being a part of this conversation. If you bought your ticket between 12 noon and now, you might just be my 25,000 Naira winner for today. So this is what I'm going to do. I am turning on my regular draw randomizer. This is what regular draw randomizer helps me do. It helps me shuffle your numbers so that when I proceed to have a draw, it's doing that thing that the manual jackpot draw and raffle draw machine does. It doesn't just bring out any number. It shuffles the number in such a way that, boom, one number pops up. Did the doctors in Nigeria and mother-in-laws should work together for the well-being of the babies? There are some health issues the doctors can learn from these experienced mother-in-laws. Many doctors are not qualified to handle some baby issues, John, and that is why we have baby doctors. I mean, we have professionals for everything, including for babies. We have pediatricians. Your number has a 33 in it. Get ready. I am about to call you because you're going to be a happy man or a happy woman. Well, this is full healthy hair. There's middle-aged woman on my screen, and she has really full healthy hair. I'm just admiring the hair. I hope it rings though. Is it ringing? Oh, finally. Hello, good afternoon. All right, my name is Denise. I am calling you from Nigeria Info FM.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, what is your name, please?
My name is Canada.
Your name is Kalada.
Yeah.
All right, Kalada, did you buy a ticket on One Play today?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did.
All right, at what time did you buy your tickets?
Come in again.
At what time did you buy your ticket?
Some minutes ago.
All right, Canada, congratulations. You are my 25,000 Naira winner for today.